So, a little update on the XT. If you can't tell, I actually have another Outback here. Sadly, this car only has like 99,000 miles on it, but you cannot get a title for it. So, even though the body panels and interior are different color, there's a lot of things that I'm going to take from this. From my understanding, the 2.5i's and the XTs are pretty much identical minus the motor, like the brakes, all of that's pretty much the same. There's a few small differences, like the XT has different seats in it than even a limited would have in the non-turbo ones. So I paid $500 for this. This car still does have the converters on it. It too actually has rod knock, but the main reason I bought this was for the back window in this. So again, I paid $500 for this car. It doesn't have a title. Does have rod knock, but it does move and drive under its own power. So, as you can tell, the XT finally has a back window. I didn't know Outbacks came with factory tinted windows in the rear. This one is tinted, which kind of looks a little weird. However, the whole car is getting tinted 15% once it gets through inspection. So there's a few things that I'm going to have to look over on this and make sure that it does work. Like, this car actually only has 99,000 miles. Mine has 160, so obviously it's a lot more worn. When I actually ended up pulling this whole piece off, and I'll show you how that comes off here in a second, off the brown car, I also took the weather stripping because it was in better shape all the way around. And it also didn't have tape residue. Need to tuck that in. So that does need cleaned in there a little bit. But the window's finally in it, and I'm going to go ahead and get an ozone machine sometime this week and see if I can get rid of any last smell that's in there. I'm also going to try to take some of the other stuff out of this car. So this is it's kind of a weird spec car. It's baseline, like the mirrors and stuff aren't painted, and it has cloth seats, but it also has like the dual climate control, and it also has the factory nav. So with this, since it has the factory nav and everything else, I guess this was a tech package, but it also comes with a Harman Kardon system. So my car had a sound system in it at one point, which I guess they took the aftermarket speakers. So I'm going to try to pull all this out. Like, there's an amp underneath the seat, and pull this out. I don't know if I can do it or not, but we'll try. So another thing I did off video, I have an airbag light, and this is the harness for my car. This is also the occupant detection system mat, which it fixed it for a second and then it came back on. So I'm thinking the module that's under the seat needs sent out and reprogrammed. But this just goes to show why parts cars, especially when you're dealing with older cars, are better, because there's so many things that I could take off this car. Like, even though the back window was used in this, that went in the XT, Safelite wanted almost $500. There was an $80 coupon, and it was still, with them coming to the house, like $490. So I only paid the guy, he does stuff on the side, I paid him $60 to remove this window and put it over there. Also stuff like this right here. I know it's very, very minor, but the brown car has a perfectly good one, window cowl. And then the gas door, it will need painted. However, the hinge on it is a lot better than mine, and the door itself is in better shape. Headlights on mine are real hazy, and fog lights. And on this side, it's broke. So like these, they're slightly hazy, but they are way better and they're not broke. I'll be taking both of those too. Stuff like struts, I'm going to see if they're any better. The car actually came with a battery that is from September, so I wish I wouldn't have bought the battery for that. But I also took the wheels and tires off this, the brown car to put on there. Tires are still junk and they're mismatched, but for right now they hold air, and I'd rather have the better wheels on the XT. So let me show you how to do this in case you're wondering how. Obviously this is the weather stripping, which I have right there. You'd have to pull it out, but there's screws that run all down through there. Same thing for up there, and then back here, there's a clip there. There's 4 clips along there. Just be careful. But stuff like this, from where they taped up on my XT, I just didn't want to deal with it. And there's tape residue somewhere on there. I'd have to look, but just a small update on the XT. I am still working on it slowly. Life's happening, but I did actually get a entire front end refresh kit. It's ball joints, control arms, inner and outer tie rod with the boot, and front and rear sway bar links. I did pull the sway bar out of the brown car already, but to me it looks different. This car, I noticed while I was underneath of it, along with grounding straps for the motor, that the passenger side sway bar bushing is completely missing. So I ordered new bushings, and I was hoping that sway bar would work because it's in better shape. But like I said, just small update. Not a whole lot of work's been done other than I switched the mat over in the seat and we fixed the window finally. So I will do a video next week whenever I swap everything over. I might even take the hubs and stuff off the brown car. And then we'll see what else is good on there. Anything that looks better, I'm going to try to use as many parts as I can. Now, safety parts like ball joints and stuff, I'm not going to do that. I'll buy new. But there's nothing wrong with the struts on there, on the brown one. They look better. There's less miles. And like I said, we're just going to make it the best we can. So this video wasn't a whole lot of action, but at least there's some progress finally being done to it. One last thing before I do go, I'm going to try to mechanically fix this car, at least what I can see, up to the point, and cosmetically too, if I can steal stuff like the wiper cowl stuff. But I'm going to fix this car all the way up to the motor, and then the motor is going to be the last thing. I plan on doing like probably group in motor mounts and stuff while it's out, because I'm sure these things are tired. And previous owner said there was a new clutch and new turbo on it. I am unsure of either, but probably while it's out, I'm going to have rear main done and probably put a clutch in it, because I mean, why it's there. So thanks for watching. Like I said, sorry progress has been slow on there, but if you guys have any comments or questions below, or message below, and thanks for watching.